I'll be honest, I'm not even, like, good at outpost rush. There's supposed to be a strategy that you're supposed to play with your teammates to help win the match. All I ever do is just run to the enemy side and just take whatever fights I can find. Now, normally this doesn't go super well for me, and I die quite often, but holy crap. This build is just nuts. I've been playing this build a really long time, don't get me wrong. This is my favorite build, but man, it is just so good right now. I feel like it has an answer for everything that we run into. And not just that, but the crazy amount of AoE damage that it has, mixed in with the crazy survivability. Yeah, it's just perfect for PvP. I think Firestaff does a great job making sure everybody gets dotted up and hurt, and Rapier allows you to put in that huge finishing burst, as well as keep you safe while you do it. And I went all out with this build too. I mean, this is my first and only 725 build that I've ever had, and I don't regret it one bit. I'm still trying to find the absolute perfect perks that I can for this guy. There will be a breakdown of what I'm running at the end of the video for you guys if you want to check that out. And of course, a written guide linked down below. But yeah, what can I say? This build is just crazy fun, and I always get incredibly good results in PvP with it. So without further ado, I have got a very long fight for you guys today. Actually, today was nuts in PvP. I got like full half an hour of really good PvP footage. So this is just 1/3 of all the footage I got. So I hope you guys enjoy the fight. Let's get into that commentary. So I'm outside the outpost here. I have quite a bit of pressure from the enemy players. It looks like they're slowly following me out here. We've got some ranged attackers. But the big issue for right now, and the big thing you see me trying to avoid as much as possible, is this aimlock blunderbuss player. Oh man, aimlock is just such a menace, and look at how he hits me in the middle of the burnout. I mean, is there any more aimlock than that? I don't know what to say. Sure, that shot is possible, but holy crap, man. This guy hasn't missed a single shot in this fight. And I have to iframe absolutely everything. So the option until they nerf this aimlock is to use the tree or some sort of terrain to line of sight him, and there you see I get on top of him. We hit him with a huge burst on the burnout, switch to the rapier and feed him that flurry. Down he goes. And this build is just absolutely amazing for that. Again, we get a huge combo there. The heavy attack into the fireball, and then we go for the incinerate. Both of these enemy players take a ton of damage. I take a lot of damage too, just trying to be very aggressive here. I go for another burnout, pop my ultimate to ensure that I don't get staggered, and I can at least get that healing power to survive. Going for that combo, we take the next player down. This guy knocks me down, but we just turn in front, and we feed him the flurry. And now it's just 2 enemy healers left, just like that, 3 players down. And yeah, healers are always an issue. I think that the one thing I would love to change for this build that I don't have absolutely perfect at this moment is getting plagued crits on it. It would help immensely for taking these healers down. That being said, it's not like this build is lacking burst. It can do a ton of damage in a really short period of time. Either way, one of the healers ends up squirreling off, and I decide that I don't want to try to chase down that other healer, so I head back towards the outpost, break that door down, and right away burn out through after we break the door. I get good damage on the healer with the burnout, go for the incinerate. Unfortunately, he throws his circle down and he heals up right away. Greatsword player comes in swinging, I go for a good roll, and then head back up to the top here, getting a little bit of line of sight with this pillar. I really like fighting in this outpost versus the other one because we have those pillars to LOS. And as I drop down, I load up that burnout. Nice way to just kind of keep myself mobile instead of having to stand statically while loading it up. I get a little bit of damage into those guys, but unfortunately, again, the healers are making it very hard for me to push and stay on top of those opponents because they're just healing their health right back up. Normally what you do is you use the damage that the opponents take to kind of give yourself a little bit of breath, but yeah, this is just a lot of pressure here and a lot of healing coming down for them. I do a little bit of kiting throughout the doorway there, lots of direction change. I get some decent damage in, but again, the healers just doing their best to keep everybody up. Huge connection with the fireball on the greatsword player, and I love it. There is the heavy attack. We get the double explosion from backdraft. Down he goes. Nice big smack on the greatsword guy. Then I head back inside. I roll as I go through the door. I did not see the spear player, so kind of lucky to not get clipped by that stun. And then there's a nice incinerate. Just manages to hit the spear player as it persists there, but I take a lot of pressure myself. Go back behind this pillar here just to get a little bit of LOS. and then heal up with my potions and just start trying to feed these guys damage. So the healer is actually just standing in his circle here, and we could kill him with the fire staff, I think, at this distance, but with the other players shooting at me, especially that other fire staff player, I can't just sit there and wail on him for a while. So I decide to load up the burnout and just jump in the middle of the stack. There's a beautiful incinerate. I think we hit 3 out of the 4 players with that. And then I go for the flesh through, try to get the backstab on that guy, and again, these healers, man, they are making my life very difficult. And something that I definitely notice when I watch my own footage, and maybe you guys see too, is that I sometimes will just blow my stamina bar. I feel like wasting your stamina entirely is safe if you're in a location where it's safe to do. Kind of like this here, where we can get behind some cover. I took a lot of damage, and it's probably better to try to dodge into cover and blow your stamina than it is to walk into that cover and get hit. I get a huge combo, though. We managed to lure one of the healers up, and I nearly kill him, but the other healer saves him. Oh my god, man. If they were -1 healer, it would make my life so much easier. And I end up falling out of the outpost here, and they put the freaking door up right as I'm about to burn out into it. So I'm forced to kill the bear and just slowly work the door with my staff. And I like this, just kind of using the terrain to LOS those guys as I break the door. And they're just waiting for me, man. Oh my god, I go for the burnout, get up top here. I unfortunately don't manage to connect both explosions on that guy, but we at least get one. And there's a nice incinerate as the greatsword player comes in. I go for the flesh through, and I'm a little bit slow. I take huge damage from his heavy attacks. That guy is fairly squishy, and that's why, man, he is running a ton of damage. And that's a nice burnout. Again, we get great coverage with it, and snap the light attack at the end to finish him off. There's the stagger on the enemy healer here. He ends up just squirreling away and trying to get to safety. Unfortunately, he falls trying to go up the ramp, so I keep chasing him. We've got another player that comes in here, and I right away just quickly turn, change targets. Beautiful burst damage. Oh my god, dude. Just crazy damage on the sword and board player. He goes down. Mr. Healer here is just gonna run away, I think. Tries to squirrel back into the outpost, and I try to stick to him. Yeah, that is basically the end of this video. Healer, I think, does end up escaping, and I'm not gonna chase. I'm just gonna stand on that outpost like I like to, and wait for more players to come by. Here is a quick look at the build if you guys want to see what I'm running here. 100 dex, I think, is a must-have if you want to maintain rapier damage on a build like this. The rapier stings with this build. Getting that bonus from Inferno on top of it, absolutely beautiful. You have to have Leeching Flurry if you're using Flurry. I mean, you could always run different rapier skills if you want. And then here is my Fire Staff Tree Backdraft, a huge important skill there to help hit those huge explosions when we dot someone up really bad. Now, the rapier I have here, I would like Vicious and Plagued crits with Omni Evade. That would be perfect, but you know, you can't always have what you want. And then here is the Fire Staff. Empowering Fireball on the Inferno is my preferred perk. I've got 3 Freedom, 3 Refreshing, and 1 Fire Harnessing. Ideally, we'd have, I think, 1 or 2 Freedom and an additional Fire Harnessing with 4 Refreshing. The gear isn't absolutely perfect. There you see the Leeching Flurry, and of course the Hasted Vigor, super important, and every piece has Shirking Heals. When you're playing solo, man, Shirking Heals is just so freaking good. I don't know how to put it any other way. You have multiple people shooting and attacking you, so almost every single time that you're dodging, and it's on cooldown or off cooldown, you're getting that proc. There's the jewelry. You can run whatever artifact you want. I prefer not to. There you go. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one, and I'll see you next time.